let's look at these teams real quick. For the Hidden King side, we have Calico, Lash, Lady, Geist, Paradox, Mirage, and Viscous. Very strong team. We have Spirit Nuker, 2 picks, some M1 carries and support. Overall, they don't have a frontline other than Geist, so I really think here they are more of a pick team, and they do have a lot of late game scalers, so I think this is really going to be a pick tempo team with an pick tempo team while letting this Geist go through and try and farm on their own. But Mirage, Viscous, Paradox, Lash, and Calico really want to get these picks in this early game tempo here, especially this Calico Lash. Calico's their most effective in the early game, so he really looks for that, and Viscous is always going to be a strong support. So I really think I want to see this Hidden King team more, trying to get pressure early in game, looking for picks, trying to force stuff out, because I think their team fight is not, just a little bit worse here. Meanwhile, the Archmother team with Haze, Shiv, Ivy, Bebop, Drifter, and Venator. And we have an amazing kill from this Geist, getting the bomb off, getting their Essence Bomb off, and their Life Drain with Ivy's Stone form coming through. Nice stun kill, or Paradox's Kinetic Carbine coming through, slowing them down. A nice kill on this Ivy. Meanwhile, though, we have
Let's go to green.
meanwhile, we have Haze, Shiv, Ivy, Bebop, Drifter, and Venator. As much as I would love to say, both these teams actually just are really big pick teams. This Archmother is Haze and Bebop and Drifter, who Drifter is known to be the assassin. Bebop is an amazing hook, but also has a really good team fight potential. Haze you can definitely build team fight M1 Ricochet. This is definitely more of a team. Well, it's not a team fight oriented team. They definitely have a better team fight here with the Shiv and the Venator. Venator is just a very good early game tempo carry sort of character. When played around their team, their speed becomes less of an issue, and they can really start shredding, like this character's known to do. I don't think they have a late game skill that are as good as Geist, but they do have Shiv and a frontliner, so their team fights are definitely going to end up being better. And we have a Life Drain coming through on this Bebop, and the Essence Bomb coming through, and the Bebop will manage to get out. So yeah, overall though, I'd like to see both teams are really pick-oriented here, especially depending on what the Haze Drifter go. Both teams are pick-heavy. They do have a Geist for late game scaling. Archmother does have a frontline for better for team fights, so I think this Archmother really does just want to take more team fights with this Bebop and Shiv here. Overall, I think that's a better team, overall better plan for them. You have a Mirage Viscous over on this right lane. Good to get some less of a wave clear, trying to get this wave prio. Looking to push in, getting some shots off, getting the Fetal up on the Venator. Getting some damage done on this tower, trying to get as many marks on this Venator as he can. And he will back off. And over on this left side, we got this, over on this left side, it looks like right now we're pretty even on health and even on wave prio. But it looks like the Calico is going to go in, but does not have the range for the Haze. Just trying to get some wave clear done. And their T1 camp is up. And over on this mid lane, it looks like they're going to go for a tower dive here. They're putting that Life Drain over on this tower. You have the damage amplification from your Malice's Geist. And this tower is just going to take a lot of damage from here. That Time Wall really is doing, it really can put a lot of work in this Ivy, block off all of these shots. And Pulse Grenade is just going to do a decent amount of damage here in lane. Geist is looking to play forward here with some of this pressure, getting this Malice off on Bebop, trying to get that damage amp. Trying to keep pressure where they can. Ivy is going for a... Ivy is looking to be boxing here. They're going for a long box route, trying to let this Bebop farm. They do have money. We have seen this strat in the past. Over on this left side, we have Drifter behind the Guardian. Getting a kill on the Calico. Lash is low. But will Lash try and stay to protect, or will Lash try and escape? The Lash is staying in. They both go for a parry. Drifter gets that rend off. Haze is going in. But the Haze is also very low. And the Calico is back alive. And they will get that healing buff. Over on this right side, we have a 3v2 going on. The Shiv is low. Will the Shiv find an escape route? And it seems like the Shiv will manage to get an escape route and is on that line. But Mirage gets the proc off him. And he drops offline. He goes behind the walker. And they are on the hunt. But the Shiv will escape. And during that, the Venator is actually the one who gets caught out behind the tower, trying to defend this Guardian with his life. And it will take his life.
I see someone appreciates fine craftsmanship.
Well, looks like both teams are really looking to get them farm off in a lull here. So from this point on, we do see Hidden King is a little bit up. They were able to get some good rotates with that Paradox, try and get off some kills and get whatever advantage they can. We have the Time Wall going up and the Pulse Grenade going out, trying to get some early damage, trying to get that HP advantage in this lane. As we know, souls may be important, but in lane, the most valued commodity is that HP resource. And Paradox does get pulled into the back, and the bomb and the uppercut misses, and the bomb is gonna hit them off. And they are low. Will they go for the chase? But the Bebop is low, and the Lady Geist going through, having the Malice, having that life drain. Will Bebop manage to escape? Will they find a route? Bebop is throwing that uppercut out, and they are pretty low. But Geist does get stunned by the Stone Form, and the Bebop will go down to the Geist melee. And the Paradox gets the swap off. Will the Ivy manage to find a way out? And they will. Do they stay in this lane, though? Their health is pretty low. Are they going to try and get the solo heal and keep wave fresh and force wave pressure? Or are they going to back off? We do the Drifter coming in. Ivy knows that Drifter is here. And the Bebop is back, trying to look for this 3v2. And Bebop gets that pull on the Geist, and they do get the punch, but the Geist gets the swap on the Bebop, so they are at full health. Life Drain coming out. The Geist is low. The Drifter coming in, rending, and Drifter coming in, getting that TP from the Stalker's Mark. And the Paradox is low. Drifter's going through, gets the Paragon Tower, and the Paradox will fall. And the Ivy seems to be ulting over, looking at this Haze over on this side, trying to help them out, defend this tower. And the Ivy goes for the ult on that Calico. But it seems like with both sides having an equal HP amount here. Calico actually is going in, and they do pop their ult up. They do get slash. Ivy is low, but they do have that Stone Form, and they do get the stun on the Calico. Calico is slow, actually will not be able to chase. But it is a 1v1s, and it seems like the Hidden King is in the winning side here. Calico is going for under that Walker, and Lash is chasing this Ivy, and both will fall. Neither were able to find an escape route or parkour their way around this enemy team. But we do have this Drifter here, hunting this Calico, seeing an opportunity, seeing an opening for the Stealth Assassin to go through. And they do kill the Calico. But we do have the issue of the Paradox is here. But Lash is Lash low enough, and the Drifter seems to think so. And Haze is here. It looks like we have a 2v1 here. And we have the Sleep, and we have the Punch. We have the Sleep Dagger, and we have the Punch. And we have the shots going off. Lash is looking for an escape route, but does not seem to find one. Does not seem to have their grapple up to manage to jump onto a minion, and Calico is going to come through. Will Calico look to even up the score here? Or are they just going to try and clear wave and get out? Calico goes for an attack on the Drifter. Drifter's get that Stalker's Mark off. Will we see a TP into the backline, or won't we? And it seems like Drifter is just going to leave, not wanting to dive under the tower right now, this soon after the last fight. We have Mirage and Viscus versus this Shiv and Venator. Shiv is quite low, but Shiv does have this movement and the parkour, and it seems like Shiv is out. We have Mirage here looking for some stacks on this Venator. Venator is Suppressor. It's going to be pretty hard to get off some of these shots here. Some good counter items with this Suppressor. Venator going for a parry, and the Shiv dies to the Stalkers. Sorry. The Shiv dies to the Jin's Mark. Viscus is forward. Viscus is low. He goes for the shotgun. Does not hit anything off of it, but he will fall to the Venator's holy gun. Christ did not let that Viscus live much longer during this fight. And it seems like they are back to an even stalemate here, trying to get some Jin's Mark on this Venator. And we look over at this mid lane. We have Shiv getting that alt fire extra damage to kill off the Lash, and the Calico is looking for the Ivy, but Ivy looks to turn it with the Shiv coming through. But Viscus comes in to get the cube on the Calico. Shiv stays on. Shiv has that max wave. Shiv gets the parry, but the stun stops. The stun comes in, and the Calico will fall to that parry. And it seems like they're going to keep going in. These daggers, the serrated knives really getting in a good amount of damage here. And the Ivy coming through and shredding through their health. The Gargoyle is made of stone, and you see as their health bar just will not go to 0. Over on this left side here, we have Drifter Haze looking for this Paradox. We have the Ren going through, the parry coming out, but it is not enough to save off the Drifter's hunger. And from this point on, it's as we take a step back and look at the rest of this game, it looks like, as we've seen, the Archmother has looked for these rotates and looked for these picks and kills. It just seems like they are getting these favorable 1v1, 2v2s, as we've seen. This Archmother does have very strong 1v1, 2v2 characters. With the Haze, the Ivy, the Drifter, the Shiv, the Venator. All of these are very strong early game characters. And they have seen beginning the more favorable fights, even though we have the Assassin and Calico. And we have Mirage, who's very strong early. It just seems like the Hidden King has not been able to keep up with the Archmother's speed of their macro. The Hidden King might need to force groups up here, as they're looking for a 3v2 for the Hidden King's favor, looking for the Shiv. We have that Kinetic Carbine coming off. We have them going for the killing blow to get out, but the Viscus is on the chase, and he goes for the parry. He will get the parry off of the goo punch. He is low. He gets for the melee. He punches off the urn, and Ivy will take that urn, but Shiv will fall in order to get the urn off of that Viscus. Bebop is going in, looking for the Viscus, getting the hook, and getting the bomb, getting the punch, and the Viscus will fall. Ivy does lose the urn, gets a double stun, but the Lash and Calico are on the case. They do not want to let this Ivy escape for free. The gargoyle is not looking good. The stone is cracking, and the Lash is on the hunt. We have the Flog and the Stomp, but the Drifter comes in with the stop with their Eternal Night to save the Ivy. It's unfortunate. And it seems my game has crashed. That's weird. That was a good match, too. Well. I've been having trouble spectating recently. I don't know why, but it seems like whenever there's been issues with not being able to connect to matches and having issues of not being able, of some crashing when spectating. But when spectating, I can have my OBS open, I can record, I can stream, but specifically spectating seems to be what breaks the camel's back for this game sometimes. That's not the game. That's not the game. That's not the game. I don't even know we're at, what, like 11 minutes? 12 minutes? I think this is it. I have a few of the names I think I remember. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. And we're just back in a little bit of time lost. Only a minute or two. And it seems like during the minute that Hidden King, as we've seen, Hidden King does have the Hidden King trying to use that using that resist to get that rift, and the Mirage what seems to be at his walker, but seems to fall a little bit. But the Shiv is gonna go down to this Viscus's punch, and this Paradox, and the Drifter will fall as well. It seems like they split up. And it seems like the Hidden King both got the rift and more kills. What a great time! That was a great minute for the Hidden King.
Headed to yellow.
Trying to get those overextending blue. Was trying to get the Walker instead of going for that. It was trying to get Walker instead of going for the rift. And over, it seems like we have the Haze, the Sleepwalker, and the Assassin trying to find some picks. But it seems like they're gonna get picked by. They're gonna get a pick to themselves. Flash coming in for the ult on the Bebop on the Haze, and the Haze will fall to the death. Slam. Kinetic Carbine and that punch, trying to keep that Shiv off of their own teammates. Mirage does get there. Traveler and TP's in. The Shiv is low, but the Mirage is on the case. Does he have enough stacks for the Shiv to fall? The Drifter goes in, but we do have that Dust Devil coming in with this, able to ward off the Drifter, and the rest of this Hidden King team will escape, closing up the gap from 10k to 4k. But it seems like we have this Archmother seeing all this fighting happening on the outside of the map. It's really looking to see if they can shred this Walker quick enough. Will they be able to get it down and escape? They will get it down, but will the Mirage and Lash on the hunt, will they manage to get out? And it seems like they went to secure the wave instead of killing him. Haze, the Shadow Assassin, the Sleepwalker themselves, seems to be able to pull the Viscus's life out from under their eyes. The goo was not able to protect them today. And we have them going for this ult. But we have the wall, we have the time wall coming up, stopping the ult from bullets from going through. And we have Paradox getting hit by the Soul Hex and the hook, and will fall. Calico is able to get this bag from them. And it seems like the Hidden King is satisfied with going one. The Archmother is satisfied for going 1-for-1. So same with the Hidden King. Everyone seems to be backing off, except. Yep. Except for this Viscus, who seems to be on the hunt for the Shiv, deciding not to engage, seeing the rest of their team has weaned off of this area to go look for everything else. We have this Mirage over here, who seems to be caught a little bit over their head, trying to find an escape route from this ulting, from this Venator, and his Iridomini, but the Iridomini and the Blessed Daggers are just coming through, and the Jin's power was not strong enough to escape the damage that this Venator was given by God. And the Viscus and Calico are coming in though, and it seems like the Drifter has been split off. We have the slowing hex from the Paradox, but the Drifter is gonna try and find this escape route, and it seems like the Calico going for an ult, and the Drifter will fall to the kinetic pulse from the Time Wizard themselves, Paradox.
Thanks for your help, Ava.
And during that, the Venator is able to get the urn all the way over there, although it is mostly done. Any money still does help in this game. Even if it did fall off a little bit, it's okay. As we look at this game state, there's a 7k difference at the 17th minute mark. And the Archmother is ahead. Their assassins have been doing their job, but the Hidden King has been grouping up to try and counter the assassins, the playstyle of these assassins from his Archmother team. This is a very pick-heavy game. Neither of these teams really are looking for big team fights. Both teams here want picks. And it seems like the Lash is looking around to try and find some of these enemies. We have a huge amount of people over on this left side. Will this end up being a fight over at the secret shop? And it seems like the Paradox and Viscus are going in looking for this Shiv. But the Shiv does have the movement to get out. We have the Disarming Axe coming in from the up, and the Pulse Grenade coming in. And we have the Paradoxical Swap coming in and pulling the Bebop into the enemy team. But also has the side effect of pulling the Paradox into the enemy team as well. So the Paradox will fall. But will the Bebop go down just the same? And Bebop does pull the Lash out of that ult. And it seems like the Bebop is looking okay with Lash coming in looking for a kill. And we have the Shiv looking for a killing blow, but not able to secure that kill with it. And the Calico is getting hit by that Slice and Dice and the Serrated Daggers. And the Calico will fall. And the Drifter is going straight on this Viscus. We have that Stalker's Mark teleport. And it seems like the Calico went down as well to this Ivy Bebop over on the right. And now we have a Venator versus Lady Geist, and it seems that Lady Geist with their ult will be able to out-sustain the man blessed by God. The Archmother team seems to be going for this mid-boss here, but they also have 2 down, and we have the Jhin coming in with the TP, but he is a little bit too early. No one else on his team is here, but it seems like it is enough to ward them off of finishing this mid-boss any quicker. This will become a 6v6 for it with how low HP it has. I'd be surprised if they left it as is. They don't want to let the enemy team get it at this point. So it is becoming an all-out brawl with the Dust Devil coming through and the Stone Form coming in, getting the stun on the Jhin. And we have 3 people jumping on this Ivy. Will the Ivy have an escape route? And they will go up the line, and they are getting chased, but they go into the center of the upper room, and they do get found out by the Paradox. The Paradoxical being seems to know exactly where they went. The Viscus does go out for a parry, and so does the Paradox. And they do have that hook, and the uppercut, and the slowing X's are going off. The Jhin is looking, and the Drifter has presented himself to the Jhin as a nice piece of candy who will go down. And we have the Jhin going through and getting this Dust Devil after Dust Devil. It is a 2-2. And the Haze will ult to pull the Jhin down. Mirage was not able to protect him long enough, and that bullet dance was shredding. And we have a stunned Lash who will fall to this Venator, and it seems like mid-boss will go the way of the Archmother.
The Rejuvenator is descending.
And as with the rejuice comes the power to run it down. You can trade rejuice for kills, and that is what you are going to look for here. As we see, Bebop is going in for this Calico with the slowing hex and the disarming hex. But the Ivy might be the one who gets caught out on this rift. But we have the Stoneform stun. But the Viscous Cube is coming in to save and heal that Calico. So it is now an Ivy Bebop versus Calico Viscous, and the Bebop will fall using a rejuve. And it's going to become another 6v6. Except Shiv is not here. They are up a man for the Hidden Kings. They are down. They are up a man for the Hidden King side. And Lash going for that ult. Not seeming to hit many people. We have the Iridomini coming through, and the Archmother will take it. They traded 3 kills for this. 3 kills and a rift for 2 rejuves. And it seems like they are not going to stop this momentum now. They're going to push straight in as the Iridomini, as the man blessed by Christ, is able to pull out the Mirage. And Shiv is on the hunt for this Lash. Will the Lash have the movement to get out, or will the Shiv have the superior movement? And you like Lash is going into the lane. But what they do not know is there's an Ivy here at that Walker, and a Bebop who gets that slowing hex and that hook off. And we have another hook coming in. This Lash is not allowed to leave. And the Laser Man themselves, that robot, proves they are the superior wrestler and why uppercuts are indeed awesome. And we have another hook from the uppercutting robot, trying to save that Miss Shelly. Going for a hook and missing the hook on the trapped Paradox. And it seems like the base Guardians are low, but Ivy, instead of going for base Guardians, is trying to get rid of all of the rest of these walkers. And they do still have the rejuve, and the last rejuve will fall for this walker. There are 3 people on this Ivy, and they do manage to also get those base Guardians. So they traded the Ivy's life here for base Guardians and the walker. And now they are up 24k for the Archmother side. While this is a huge lead, it is not insurmountable. You still have your shrines, you still have that patron. And while the shrines are up, you are not losing money just yet. You still have equal wave pressure to the enemy team here. Now it's all about finding an opening. Ivy is dead. Do they try and look here for a fight while they're up 1? I think they really need to look for something fast. They need picks here, and they need to be grouped up and find people in the Archmother who are alone. The goal here is to keep them staggered. The longer they're staggered, the harder it is for them to respawn. But Calico seems to end up being on the wrong side of a 1v2, as it's the Shiv Bebop, but the rest of this Hidden King team comes in, and it seems like the Shiv will use that killing blow as a means of escape. But the enemy team is still on the hunt, trying to keep the Archmother staggered. But now everybody on the Archmother is up and healthy. Bebop is going in, but misses the hook on the Lash. The hook. Grapple arm. Self-grapple arm? Haze and Drifter seem to be looking for a pick here. Playing around this Bebop. Bebop gets the hook on the Lash. We have the slowing hex coming through, the sleep dagger coming through, and the bomb exploding. Pole explodes the Lash. This Bebop is just proving how much better a wrestler he is than the strongman Lash. I think we're seeing when it comes to the pick characters here, the Mechanical Menace is just a little bit better than the wrestler made of flesh and bone. And now that they are up a person, you see this Haze going in. They have their sleep dagger, they have their unstop, they have their slowing hex, and they find the Calico, and they go pop the unstop, and Calico will fall. Ladygeist using that metal skin to try and to stop the damage from that Haze, and the Haze stayed in just a little bit too long. But it seems the Haze did trade 2 for 1. As now we are raiding the base. They are up 1 person, but it seems they do not want to risk it too much. They don't want to risk their 30k lead. They take their picks and they get out. Playing it safe. They are playing it safe here, but I would have liked to see them try and get a shrine. Especially, but then, the Hidden King does have this ult advantage, actually. All 4 of those ults versus what was just 2 for the Archmother. They're playing it safe, not having the ult priority, as even though the Mechanical Menace has been putting out all the stops on this pro wrestler, the Death Slam is still an issue that has to be accounted for. It is very hard to play around without enough counter spells or indoms to stop it from going through. and it seems like the Archmother using this money lead to take and create space. They're strongly able to sit at this mid-jungle line, but the Hidden King team is not pushing past like a fourth of the map. So it seems like this skirmish zone has been pushed really far onto this Hidden King side, which is going to make it a lot harder for Hidden King to do anything. Shiv is running this urn while they have the time. There's no other objectives up. While their wave may not be the best on that left lane, the Hidden King is not pushing out that far outside of base to contest, except for this Lash. But will Lash really contest into a 1v2 or a 1v3? This rift could be the chance of the Hidden King to make a comeback. You get 35% resist, and you will have it for everybody, which could be upwards of 30 to 40k worth of resist, which is what you want to see here for this Hidden King. As we see, they're already trying to group up on this rift, but if they're not careful enough, we could see some gameplay happening on the other side of the map. Shiv is looking as a staller, but he will not be able to stall all four of them at the same time. But while the Shiv may be getting chased down, so is this Mirage. And the Mirage will fall to the Sleepwalker and to the Assassin. And Shiv was able to find an escape route while they put enough pressure to force the entire enemy team off of the Shiv. But the Ivy will fall. They could play their better timers here. Mirage only has 40 seconds while Ivy has 70. This could be a play on timers for this Hidden King side. Once Mirage is up, they will have 30 seconds of nobody else here, and mid boss is up. So will the Archmother try and force it, or will they stall out and the Hidden King will get the extra player? And it seems like the Archmother is not in the place to contest it, but the Hidden King is. The Hidden King is ready and looking. They don't want to let the Archmother get this for free. And it seems like you have the Drifter going on this Viscus or the Viscus going on the Drifter, getting off that Rend, getting some poke out, testing the waters a little bit, seeing the player numbers in the army, and the Calico is looking for the backline on this Bebop Shiv, and they will get off that slash, and the Shiv is slowing hexed. There's a huge split here from the Archmother team. You have 4 Hidden Kings versus 3 Archmothers, and you have a 2v2 on the other side. They are trying to use the timer to their advantage with this Mirage, and they're trying to split them up. The Haze is now alone. And it seems like the Haze will be going in. But the Haze is no longer alone. It seems to be the Calico who's getting caught out alone. Paradox going in for the swap, but also pulling themselves in the enemy team. And it seems like they were on the wrong side, just trying to make their way back. But they do manage to escape. And somehow after this massive skirmish of people being inside, and you having one person picked off alone, another person picked off alone, you had a no deaths. Everybody just a little bit too weary of forcing the fight. But as Drifter is looking, and everyone's looking on this Drifter, the entire Archmother team except for Drifter is now on this mid-boss. So you have Geist to contest, but the Drifter did fall. This is a 5v6 for this Rejuve as it's dropping. And you have Ivy coming in with the silence. You have a bunch of people coming with the parry. You have the Haze coming in with the ult. And the parries are going off. The melees, the parries, the melees, the parries. And as it falls, it seems like the Hidden King will get 2 of the Rejuves. And all the Rejuves are gone. This Haze falling. This Ivy up. It is now a 6v4 for this Hidden King side. This could be the momentum they needed. The comeback they're looking for. And the Shiv does get 1. But the Ivy is low. It is now a 5v3. But it is now a 4v3. The Paradox going down. Looking for the Mirage. Looking for this Shiv. Everybody's on this Shiv. You have Geist and Mirage here. You have Viscus going in for the heals. But they're in a hallway. We know how Shiv is in these hallways. You could start seeing some health getting shred. Bebop coming through, getting that bomb. And the Mirage will explode. And the Shiv will fall to the Jin's mark. It is now a 2v3. Who will come out on top of this fight? You have Bebop and Venator going in on this Lash. Will the Lash find a way out? Or will the Lash find a kill in the middle of this? Seeing this Venator, who is low, trying to separate him from the rest of their team, is now, it seems like we have a bottom here. We have a 1v1, 1v2 on this Venator, but the Viscus is low, and so is the Geist. But Geist does have their ult up still, and will use it on this Drifter, getting the full health, and the Lash manages, and the Viscus with that goo splatter causes the Venator to go down, and Bebop is getting gunned down by this Lash, and the Mechanical Menace was not able to fight off the pro wrestler this time. After all is said and done, there are no more rejuves left. The Archmother's up 20k, and the Hidden King manages to stay alive for another fight.
Thank you.
There's only a 15k difference, no longer at that 10% difference mark. We really could see the fights going either way, and it seems like this Geist has managed to farm up enough to be a real threat for this Hidden King team. If the Archmother is not able to take out the Geist and play around this ult, it could be wraps, and we could see a major shift in momentum here. I know this is a huge gun team. I know there isn't really a support, but the Haze is actually getting what I was just about to think of saying they should get the curse for this Geist. Remember I was commenting on Ivy, the support, but Haze seeing that the Geist is the problem here, the Geist is the carry, and knowing that if they get the curse on the Geist, they will not have a swap up. The Lash does come in and gets off the urn, but it seems like the Hidden King side will just manage to get all of it. Haze using their curse to try and get out this Lash, but now this has become a real brawl. The only person not here is the Geist and the Drifter. Lash coming in for the ult, pulling the Shiv back in the middle of the fight. You have the Dust Devil coming through to pull him out, and you have the Killing Blow coming through, so the Shiv can find an escape route. But he seems to mess up his movement. He is stuck in this hallway, or actually, they're in the hallway with Shiv, because this Shiv thrives in small spaces, thrives in getting off these slices and dices. And it seems like going after the Shiv, the Viscous will fall. The Archmother knowing how to play around this mess. And the Calico, though, is getting jumped on by this vendor, and the trap comes through, but the Calico is trying to get this movement around. But the Calico will fall to this Venator. There is now a 4v2, and Mirage is getting jumped. Will Mirage find a way out, or will the Mirage get chased down? Because the Drifter is on the hunt with the Infinite Knight. He is stalking them. The Ren comes through, the Ren misses, we have a slowing axe on the Mirage, and the Shiv comes through, and the melee is what ends it off. Now, as we see, the Archmother side here is going to look for a big push. It is just the Paradox for another 30 seconds. We could see, as we have Haze Vendor trying to get off and fix all of these waves. Drifter is looking for a Shrine here, putting a TP on that lower far Shrine. Paradox is there, but Paradox does not seem to want to engage. But they go for the Kinetic Pulse in the Sniper Shot, and the Drifter gets cursed by it. But Shiv is there to cover the Drifter's escape. That was an amazing play with the Kinetic Carbine, slowing them down and getting hit by that curse. It is a shame they were not able to close it out. But now, the rest of this Hidden King team is respawning. There is a Shrine down. Mid-boss is up in a minute 30. So it seems like with mid-boss being up soon and getting the goal of a Shrine, the Archmother's backing off. And Haze and Shiv to be clearing out all of this farm from the Hidden King side. If the Hidden King has no farm, they have no way to catch up. So the Archmother is looking here to just take and take and take. The Rift is up. It is a 30k difference, or about 10, or like 12%, 13%. So there definitely is going to be a resist here for the Hidden King, and there isn't as big of a backdoor potential with the fact that everything is still up. They still have a Shrine and tier 1 patron. It looks like for them, this is a big fight. They would want to win. Hidden King, seeing the money difference, or the Archmother seeing the money difference, does not want to engage on this Hidden King team. They're happy here to farm, let this go, lose the 8k, but keep all their lives and stay up to 20k. We know at this point in the game, the most important thing in this game is these death timers. These death timers are long. 80 seconds are going to be like 80 seconds. You cannot fall to a death timer here. It is enough to really swing the game, especially with mid-boss coming up soon. They wanted to play this safe, keep farming, get their money up, and then go for a fight for the mid-boss and look for picks. Talk about looking for picks here. We have this Drifter, seems to be stalking them with their looking around, seeing people, knowing where that Hidden King team is, trying to keep track of the entire team. They are looking to get a focus lens soon, Another silence could be good for this Geist. I am a really big fan of this curse, though, from the Haze. I would love to see some more of these util items here, just because this Geist could be a problem. But with how much they're up, they're just going to buy defensively and look to stay. And we do get the hook on the Viscus and the silence, but we have the swap through the wall coming through with the Paradox. The entire Archmother team is low, and the Haze will fall! Drifter goes for the ult, but it seems like with the Haze going down, the Viscus does fall though, and Lash goes in for an ult and gets the entire Archmother team stuck in an area with the Dust Devil going off. While the Paradox is low, so is the Ivy, so is the Drifter, and so is the Venator. Hidden King just needed one good fight, and it seems like the Paradox was able to get it for them.
Thank you for your assistance, Geist.
And the Shiv is going through, looking to save face, get a few of these Hidden King teams members before they go for mid-boss. But the Hidden King does seem to just back off here. They want this mid-boss. They are up 3. This could be a huge shift in momentum here. With the Hidden King team could be ahead for the first time in this game. They can get these walkers and really remove the slot lockedness they are stuck with. I'm sure they all have tons of money saved up. Not one worth the risk. But the Bebop does come in, try to go for a hero play, a last-ditch effort if you will. And he will get one of the regions off of this Calico. Shiv going in too, but it seems like the swap will come through. Shiv looking for this hallway play. We know Shiv can be in this hallway looking for this slice and dice and slice and dice. But it seems like he will not be able to get off with all these slowing hexes stopping him from moving. And we have the Arctic Blast to stop moving. We have the Phantom Strike, which did not go off there. But we have a ton of abilities here to stop the movement from going through. And the Shiv could not take it home. Now, you have 40 seconds of being up 2 people, and you have 2 rejuves. The Hidden King side needs to make big plays here. They need to use these rejuves as effectively as they can. Trading rejuve for timer here. You are trading a 5-second death timer for an 80-second death timer. So we need to look for trading rejuves for lives. That is how you play this, especially while they're down for 20 more seconds. But it seems like the Hidden King has let their waves fall and has the issue of they do not have any waves up for priority to look for a big push.
Ready to use item.
Geist here looking to buy. They have 9k. We have the Mirage with 8k looking to get some of these nasty little items. And the Hidden King did pull ahead money-wise for the first time in the game. They are still down a slot, but that does not seem to be as much of a hindrance to them as it was before, because they're no longer down 2 slots. Of course, the game isn't over yet. A 6k difference at 37 minutes does not mean much. It is about how you play in these team fights. And it looks like the Hidden King is looking to go in on this walker. The Archmother team is backing off of it. They don't know this yet, but the Archmother team is not at this walker, and I think they figured it out. They are looking for the Viscus to pull off this rejuve away from him. But Viscus does have the cubes and the punches. Will he be able to get out? Will there be an escape route for this gooey boy? And it seems there will be. Viscus manages to get out and find his escape route with all of these little punches and the cube. The Hidden King team does not have much left on these rejuves. I'd say with everything going on, the Archmother could have had it a lot worse if they just play safely behind these base guardians. But the Bebop does not look to want to play safe, and the Calico goes through, and the Bebop will fall. They just needed to wait 20 more seconds for these rejuves to be over, but Bebop got a little bit too over-aggressive in this fight.
Death brings consequences once more.
It is now a 5v6 in the Archmother's base. Does the Hidden King push through, or do they back off? It seems they will back off. Neither team really looking to take this game super aggressively, which could have been the downfall for this Archmother team. When they had the chance to play for aggression, they played for safety. This could be the reason it gets turned around. Okay. What are we looking here from these players? The Hidden King having slots up and knowing who the issues are on the enemy team. Maybe we could see more counter buys coming in here, looking to tear out this Haze, this Shiv, and this Venator. Maybe looking for some silencers or disarming hexes. Especially from this Viscus, we could maybe see a disarming come through. This Gun Lash here has their crippling to get rid of some of this resist. Geist grabbing Ricochet and Geist grabbed Ricochet to try and help out with the fact that these are only team fights now. And this Geist has really outscaled the Archmother team at 54k, higher than anyone else on the Archmother. But a 1k behind this Paradox, who really has been the playmaker this game. Paradox has been putting in some amazing work. And it seems like a fight will go off in this mid lane. And the Archmother is leaving, but it seems like two of their people don't have as easy of an escape route. But neither team really trying to force this fight, but they do. The Hidden King does know the Venator is not here because he is on that rift. Bebop pulling a hook on the Viscus, housing the slowing tax and getting cursed. But we have Lash coming in for ult, getting 3 people, and the slam coming through, and the Bebop does fall to the death slam ground slam combo that the Lash is so famous for. Viscus is looking to do some dribbling on these people, and the Calico will take out the Drifter. Shiv going through, looking for this Viscus. Or is it more the Viscus is looking for the Shiv? As there is now a 6v2 going on here. But the Hidden King seems to be backing out, which causes the Viscus to die. The Hidden King is playing this a little bit less aggressively than some of their teammates. But the Dust Devil going through, getting the double stun, getting the double immobilized on this Shiv. The bomb coming through for the Geist. And the life drain and the death from the life drain and from the Malice. Now we look for them to take mid boss here while Lash fixes the waves. 42-minute game. This is mid boss, and some of these timers are gnarly long. Will this be enough for the Hidden King to push for game, or will the Hidden King get only a tier 1 patron or just some shrines?
The Rejuvenator is descending.
Venator is getting picked off by this Calico and Paradox. They pushed out to fix their wave, but the movement of these characters and the Lash coming in for that ground slam and the flog, and the Venator does fall, staggering this Venator from the rest of their team. This is now definitely a very secure 5v4, and the Bebop getting a hook off this Lash using their unstop to pull their way out. And the Calico will fall using a rejuve and getting pulled into the enemy base, and then falling again using their life. Haze is going in with the Vortex Web, looking for the kill on the Paradox, but the Paradox using this time will super effectively. But they will lose a rejuve, but the Haze will fall, trading a rejuve for Haze. And we have the I Am Reborn. We have the Soul Exchange from this guy, bringing them back up to full health on top of the Drifter. Drifter will fall. Paradox misses their paradoxical swap. Ivy goes in for the airdrop, but it was not able to do much, and the Ivy will back off into base, and the tier 1 will fall. But 2 are still down, but your Paradox is low. Are you looking to push this through and pull out the win, or are you looking to back out? It seems like this Bebop is going for the beam. The Hyper Beam. And it wasn't able to kill the Lash coming with another ult. But it seems like we have Stone Form and a wall for the Bebop. And we have a counter spell for the Venator. Great display of a good counter item from this Venator. And it seems like the Bebop is looking to try to get a hook off. But will miss the grapple arm. Venator is pushing the same with the Shiv, looking for this Mirage. But the Viscus does come through. And the Hidden King team, well, they're backing off because one person was low, but the rest of them are not. You are looking, though, for a 4v6 here. 4v5 here. But the Hidden King does have some reinforcements coming out from this Calico. And the Archbrother does not have a line for their reinforcements to come just as quickly. And it will be, who will win? The Shiv or the Slash? The Geist or this Bebop? the Calico or this Haze. And it seems like the Viscus is going in with a goo ball to look for this Haze, and the Haze will fall. Ivy not able to secure out. Not able to secure. Lash is looking for an escape route from this Ivy. Viscus coming through. We have the ground slam and with the unstop, but it is not enough. And the Ivy will kill the Lash. The Mirage is low, and the Mirage will fall. The Paradox is back up. You're again looking at a 5v4, but then we have a full health person coming back in. But the Calico seems to be running away. Haze, and it seems like we have the Paradox coming back through. Paradox gets a swap off, getting a ton of people through that wall, and the Ivy coming through for that stone form, not hitting anybody with it. The Ivy will fall. And the Shiv looking for this Paradox, but Paradox is full HP, and the Bebop looking for them as well. Going through, Bebop managed to go through, Bebop went through the wall, so they are silenced, and they are taking damage. And the Pulse Bomb coming through, and the Bebop does not have an escape route, but he gets the double parry, but falls to the Spirit Burn, or Scourge, or something or other. And it seems like the Paradox is looking for people, but Calico is fighting this Drifter. And this might be the decider of the fight. Does Calico win or does Drifter win? And it seems like both have decided to back off. Viscus is looking for this Drifter, but instead has found the Shiv and decides to not chase, as the Shiv has found their own escape route. And the Haze is back up. It is a 3v3, but it seems like the Hidden King has better timers. They'll have 2 people up in 9 seconds, while the Hidden King will have their next up for 27. Do we get a push with better timers, or do we see a stall here looking for the next fight? Because mid-boss is up in 35, so neither team can risk being down. Oh, water. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Need water. Viscus taking some time to grab this urn, using these puddle punches to effectiveness. Look at that range this guy is getting. And sees another area to puddle punch, but seems to just misclick a little bit too far, having another punch pushing them over to that bridge. But it seems like during this, the Lash is fighting. And it seems like a hook would for this Bebop, but the would for this Viscus, but the Viscus manages to have their Indom up. Geist is going in looking for this Bebop. They do have the Malice up, they do have Berserker, they do have Spellslinger. They are looking, and they have another case of Malice, and they do have the Inhibitor, so Bebop doesn't do any damage. We have the Jhin coming in with that Dust Devil, and the Bebop falls with the Venator. Lash is going up. Are we about to see an ult coming in from this Lash, or are we just about to see some Death Slam on this Haze? Calico using their ult, looking for this Haze. The Haze is low, but the Calico is cursed. And we have the Sleep Dagger go off, and we have the Gatling Gun from that Calico going through. And they will get cursed, so Ivy might just manage to kill the Calico. It is now a 3v4 in the Hidden King's favor. But we do have the Shiv is quite low, and they are looking for an escape route from this Mirage. But the Jhin's mark is relentless, and the Jhin will fell the gangster that is Shiv, and Ivy will fall. It's all up to the Drifter, and the Drifter dies to the pulse grenades of this Paradox.
I'm just getting started.
GG. What a great game, as we've seen. The Archmother may have played not aggressively enough. They had a massive lead, but one bad mid-boss fight changed the entire sway of momentum in this game to the Hidden King's favor. And the Hidden King from there did not let up on the pressure. They got their momentum and kept the momentum. Just pushing and pushing. Take it farm when they needed to, and pushing when they knew they could. And they closed out the fight with the better scalers and the better late game macro. What an amazing game.